Hi, I'm John Veely, President and Lead Attorney for OnlineVisas.com, the global immigration practice that's moving the world. We're talking immigration strategy, and we're talking about the EB3 green card. That's for skilled workers. The EB3 is also known as the labor cert or PERM, and it's where an American company will sample the job market to determine that there are no Americans or green card holders that are eligible or interested in working the job that they want. So this is done by advertising, right? There's a series of things that need to go on. So one of the mandatory pieces is that they file a document with a state workforce agency. That's going to lay out all the requirements of the job and the salary, and the state workforce agency will put that out sometimes to veterans and other people looking for the job. Another thing they must do is post it in a conspicuous place at the company. And leave it up there for a period of time, and they have to also put the salary on that. They also must publish it in the largest newspaper's Sunday edition for 2 consecutive Sundays. And the ads must all virtually match. There's some strategy differences on that. Sometimes put less in it, but it's a pretty good idea to make sure that you get it all in there. You have to be able to say where the job is. You have to be able to say if there's travel necessary for the job and what the requirements are for the job and what the basic duties are for the job. So framing all that is really the critical element of the labor cert. The way to do that is really to determine what are the factors of the job and what are the requirements, and get that in a period of time. So instead of saying experience in some particular skill set, have something like 24 months experience in the particular skill set. That way somebody that has that experience that comes forward and maybe done it for 2 weeks won't meet the qualifications, and you can really have that laid out there. Now, the key in labor certs are not tailoring that job to somebody else. So you can't have things like must be 6'2" and have a Russian accent. That doesn't make any sense. What they're going to be looking at is, what do these jobs typically require? Has this company ever required people to have certain criteria, and are they the same? The industry, other like companies in the industry, what are they asking for? So it's good to know what that is going in. Now, and many times, the company already knows they want to hire a foreign individual, and they're just going through this process. But they still have to put these want ads out there. Now, if someone comes back with the want ad and they meet the minimum requirements, they don't have to hire that particular person, but they can't hire the foreign national in this labor cert. They would have to try it again. So the key is to do it well and find out and have an understanding of whether or not, if you advertise this job, people will come forward. If you think they will, and then save your time, because these are very expensive advertising. Now, another thing to be very cognizant of is that the foreign national cannot have anything to do with the labor certification process. That must be done by somebody within the company who would receive the resumes and interview them and determine whether or not they meet the minimum qualifications. If no American or green card holder comes forward during this process, then they can file this document with the Department of Labor for the labor certification. That takes typically about 6 months. Then after that, they can file it with USCIS, and they must at that point establish that the foreign national has the criteria to meet this. Now, one of the things that must be remembered is that if the foreign national received the required background working for the company that's applying for them, they can't use it. So keep that in mind. That cannot be used. They could have hired an American to do that. So if they have that background from before, or if that background's really just having the education, then that's what you want to do. But once that's filed, it's again about another 6 to 8 months to do that. Now, where the EB3 comes into an issue of time is for the adjustment of status, and that's where you move from another visa to this visa. And there are priority dates. So some of the EB3s have been backed up for a very long time, so it's good to know when those are. Once that priority date becomes current, and the priority date starts when the recruitment process is initiated, then they can file their adjustment of status, and they can get their green card about 6 or 8 months after that. but some of these priority dates are years-long wait. So if you want more information about the EB3 visa, check out onlinevisas.com or contact us and we'll have a strategy session. We'll go through the background, we'll go through the job, make sure that the employee and the employer we think meet those qualifications. If they do, we'll give you a flat fee price and glad to represent you. This is John Veely from onlinevisas.com. Thanks a lot.